Hello there. First of
Hello.
all, for those watching this, I'm just going to quickly introduce my guest, who is also a client, Monica Felton. And I so appreciate you being here, Monica, to share with others what your experience is with coaching and in working with me. So, the first thing is just tell the audience quickly about what you do and what your business is.
Sure. So I'm a financial coach since 2009. I've been helping people, uh, training people, educating people on obtaining their dreams. I really have an emphasis on helping families with the best way to pay for college and not sacrificing their retirement. We really want to protect retirements through the journey. So I have the privilege of talking to amazing families in Scottsdale, Arizona, and throughout the country. But it's really a privilege to help people achieve the goals that they've set out for themselves and their kids.
Thank you. And what you do is incredibly important, not just from a savings and retirement standpoint, but I love how you integrated the importance of those two together, especially for parents and families, and to think ahead, have foresight in planning, and not only in support of the children that they want to go to college, but also to take care of themselves in the
Yeah,
process. Yeah,
yeah.
beautiful. So, what led you to seek coaching and what did you want to accomplish when we first started?
It's interesting. I don't know that so to be fair, I have a very dear friend, colleague. She's also a client. And she had come to see you, and she and I have been friends for years. And we were having lunch. She and I meet quarterly, kind of as a download to see how everybody's doing. And a few meetings before, she was really stuck and she was really struggling. And obviously, this is a lot of our conversations and what we talked about. And then about 6 to 7 months later, we met again, and she was a different person. I mean, it was just like something had broken open inside of her, and she was really living her best life. And
Mm.
it was almost miraculous to see. And I respect her very much. She's an amazing business person. We're very similar, very high achieving go-getters. And so she told me about you. And I said, really? A coach does that? And she goes, yeah. And I said, well, what does she do? She says, I don't know. It's so hard to explain, but I could just see the breakthroughs that she had made with your assistance. And quite frankly, Alana, you know this, I didn't even know what I needed. I didn't even know what was going to happen, but I knew I needed change. I knew I needed something. I knew I needed a shift. And thank goodness I was in a place in my career where I could see that and I could actually ask for help. And so that's how I got to you, and I've been wildly grateful ever since because you actually did that. You helped me to shift, and I'm in such a different place today than I was a year ago when we started working together. So I'm wildly grateful for the support and the coaching.
Thank you. And I love your description of both of you because it is true. And yeah, to watch the transformation is super powerful. And I feel honored to be able to be a part of that. And so, yeah, I mean, some of my best clients come from referrals. So I'm always
Of
grateful
course.
for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, how has the coaching impacted your bottom line, your business, and even potentially your personal life?
Yeah. So I think what it impacted the most is you really helped me to see a side of me that I was not capable of seeing. My husband is my greatest supporter, and he's an amazing person, but we're very similar. So when I would go to him for advice, and we're too much alike, so of course we thought the same way. And
Right.
you really helped me. uncover and bring out a very different side, a much more emotional side, a much more vulnerable side with my clients that historically, I don't know if I was afraid to share it as much as I just didn't think it was necessary to share it. And you really helped me to open my heart and really connect with people and really listen. And so that has changed my life immensely. So in my business, right, it's really, again, helped me connect. When you're talking about money and finance, people need to trust. They need to trust that I'm going to do what's best for them. I mean, I'm not arrogant, but I'm wildly competent and I know I'm very good at what I do. But people don't care how good you are until they know how much you care for them, right? So that was a big shift for me. Uh, in my relationships with my daughters, right? Just how being much more vulnerable and really allowing them to be more human and being more human myself. That's helped immensely. But as I was thinking about you and I doing this call, I think what I'm most grateful for is that I enjoy my business so much more. I really I feel like I have such a higher purpose. I feel like I'm contributing so much more. And it's just so much more enjoyable for me. A lot of times in business, I think when we're in a service providing, a coaching, sometimes you feel like, you're dragging people along, you're kind of white knuckling sometimes. And I just don't feel that way anymore. I really feel like I'm better connected. I'm choosing better clients. And I will tell you from a bottom line standpoint, because really, money matters, your success matters. I mean,
Yeah.
you've almost doubled my success rate of closure and bringing on new clients. So it has been wildly rewarding, not only personally and emotionally, but also financially.
Well, of course, I love hearing all that. And let's, just to be clear, I did not double it. We just tweaked a few things from the coaching. You doubled it. So, and because you were coachable and because you were open to this, that's what really enabled you to do that. So that's
Oh,
really amazing.
right. And it is. I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to look at what you've been doing. I mean, I'm almost 20 years into this business and I brought you on a year ago. And so I was like, oh, wow, wow, what have I been doing for the 19 other years? So you're right. I wish I would have found you 2 years into my practice as opposed to 19 years, but nonetheless, I'm thrilled that I did find you. And again, it's just made a really big difference.
Okay, likewise. Well, what's something that was unexpected, like, that you may have gained from this or that you didn't anticipate?
Well, I came into this because this is the kind of person I am, as wanting very tactical, listy kind of things like you need to do A, B, C, D, E. That's how I roll. Like I really like that. And this process wasn't like that at all. It was much more kind of touchy feely. It was much more the kind of the emotional part of it. Um, and that's really what I needed most, right? So I mean, you don't understand financial planning like I do. I understand that. I understand my business. I understand those pieces. But what really needed to evolve for me was a lot of that more emotional connection, heart, just really the better communication with clients. And that's the piece that I needed to unravel that I could have never done on my own. That's not at all what I thought we were going to do when we started. So
Yeah.
that was a big aha, like, oh my gosh, of course I should have been doing this. But it was quite a surprise to me.
And how do you think that emotional aspect and the connection piece has made a difference in not only your business, but also in that relationship with your clients for them to want to work with you more?
Well, I think, in a world, my goodness, that's so full of noise and data, and it's just so crowded out there. I think people are wildly confused. I think they're scared. I think they're looking for authenticity. They're looking for something that's real to hold on to. And so when you can connect and have that connection with people and build that trust, right? That really makes a big difference in a relationship, and you had shared with me, the right people will find you. You need to be your authentic self. You need to do what you think is best, and the right people will find you. And the peace that has come over me and my practice is really unbelievable. I had a meeting today with a new prospect, and I basically, before the meeting, I just said, the right people will find me. And just in that, I mean, it's almost like it lets me off the hook a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't have to perform or force or any of that. I really can connect, and hey, you might not be my right client. I might not be what's right for you, but let's see. Let's just see if this connection works. And so so yeah, it's really made such a big difference in the authenticity of my relationships and the strength of my relationships, and the power of really a great new clients, good people that have come into my practice that want my help, that are looking for real guidance. And yeah, so it's made a really big difference in the quality of my relationships and my business.
Beautiful, beautiful. What would you say to other entrepreneurs who may feel stuck or who are considering coaching for themselves?
Yeah, I would say take the leap. Do yourself a favor and just do it. I always say I'll try anything one time. And
Mhm.
I mean, the reward is so great for the small amount of risk that you'd really have to take, that I would say I would encourage anyone who's even considering, geez, what am I missing? What is, just to have a very experienced set of eyes come into your life, be vulnerable and open enough to kind of really share where you're at and allow you to kind of dig in there, it would be very, very beneficial. So be courageous and take the step and do it.
Is there anything else that we haven't mentioned yet that you think would be good for you to share with people who are considering coaching with me?
Yeah, I would just say be open to the process, trust the process, because you're going to get out of it exactly what you put into it, right? So, uh, that would be my only recommendation. Well, not my only. The first recommendation is take the leap to do it, and then be true to yourself and really be honest through the process, because when you do that, you will be rewarded greatly.
Yes. The more that I can really understand what's going on for people, the more I can really help them, and at an accelerated pace too. So yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Perfect.
Right.
Well, thank you
And
so much for this. And
oh, my
yeah,
pleasure.
go ahead.
Oh no,
Oh,
I was just
yes.
gonna say one last thing. I think what allowed me to be so successful with your coaching is I really was open to it. Like, I wanted it, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's what you said to me after I filled out, my those opening the homework that you had us do or had me do.
Yeah,
I
the
really
client care
wanted.
form that you support.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. I really did want change, and I was really open to it. And I think that's why I had the great level of success, because you know, I wanted change. I knew that I needed something different. And again, it's just a little shift. I mean, you know, but it made all the difference in the world. So, again, really happy that Liz came to see you, really happy that, you know, she shared with me all of her success. And again, I feel the same way. And I'm just happy to share this with anyone who's even considering working with you, because it's hugely valuable. So happy to do it.
Perfect. Beautiful. Well, thank you. And I appreciate you spending this time with me and sharing all this of your experience with those watching. So beautiful.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Alana.
Thank you.
Bye bye.